Hey everybody, welcome back to the Year I Made It podcast. My name is Madison and thank you guys so much for tuning in. This episode, I wanted to share a little bit about my journey with quitting drinking, a little sobriety update, and share with you guys the exciting news that I just got my 6-month chip from AA for completing 6 months being alcohol free. So I wanted to just take you guys on a little journey just about my journey with quitting drinking, what that has been like, where I'm at now, some of the ups, downs, and in-betweens. So buckle up because it was not a smooth ride. Alrighty, so I probably about 2 weeks ago made it to the point where I had quit drinking for a total of 6 months. And so I had made this decision kind of abruptly because I'm just one of those types of people. Like if I have an inkling of like, I realize I've been drinking every day for like 2 years, and that's not a productive way to deal with the amount of trauma that I've had in my life. So we need to do something about that. So then I quit drinking, and then I had quite a bit of withdrawals, like depressive symptoms, had to get on antidepressants, try these alcohol craving pills, all sorts of things. And so I quit drinking in September of last year, which for me was a challenge-a-roo because it was right before my birthday and the holidays. And if you're like me and you've been drunk for every holiday since, it's been socially acceptable, it's a toughie going into those just sober as a jaybird. I don't even know if that's a saying, but sober. So that was a really big challenge. And so after I made it through about New Year's, I was like, I have made it past the worst. And it's so funny because every time I get like really triggered to drink, I'm like, I'll never be that triggered again. And then something else happens and I get like equally as triggered to drink and I'm like, fuck again. But I definitely think that's just like a part of the process, a part of going through the ups and downs of some days I feel super confident in my sobriety. Some days I feel like, oh my God, I would love to have 8 drinks and everything in between. So for me personally, I quit drinking because I had really just had kind of a lot of signs, things I had heard on different podcasts, speakers, things like that, that had been pointing me to the conclusion that drinking every day for the past about 2 years, because my dad died and I was going through a messy divorce, my life was super fucked up, was not a great way to cope with life in my late 20s. So I quit, and then after I quit, I realized like, oh shit, I think I might have had a little bit of a problem, because like the fact that I was drinking every day for 2 years wasn't a light bulb enough for myself. It wasn't until after I quit and I had the withdrawals, then I was like, oh man, maybe this was a problem. So once I realized it was a problem, I committed like, okay, we're done drinking, and it has been so hard. So around the holidays, I really wanted to drink like all hours of the day and night. 10 a.m., loved to drink champagne in the morning around the holidays, couldn't. Just me and Target looking at the champagne, like we could have a good day together. And then the angel side of me being like, we don't do that anymore, and we didn't, but it was really hard. So now I'm in AA. I've been in AA for probably a couple months now, and let me tell you guys, I love it. Things I never thought I would say. First of all, I never thought I would have the confidence to go to AA by myself, so that in itself is a huge win for me. But now that I have gone, I love it. It's such a great community, just such a supportive environment. There's just people of all like ages and stages of life. They do a thing where they basically like celebrate like sobriety anniversaries, so they do a chip system. And so at my meeting on Wednesday this week, I got my 6-month chip for completing 6 months being alcohol free, so that was super exciting. And so right after I hit my 6 months, I went to a conference for work. And to give you guys an idea, I originally thought I was going to quit drinking, and then I was going to a work conference with my boyfriend, and I was like, I'll quit drinking after I get back from this work conference, because like I was trying to get drunk, because I liked to. And so then I have not gone to a work conference since. And then bam, right after my 6 months of being alcohol free, have to go to a work conference. And the first day I wanted to drink so bad. I almost drank. I almost ordered a drink like 6 times. It almost came out of my mouth like vodka soda instead of water, but I didn't. Somehow I survived it. The Lord, for sure. So then I woke up the next day and I literally was just like Like, I literally felt like, holy shit, I made it. A whole weight has been lifted off me. Like, I can do this. Like, I don't drink anymore, and like that's fine, and I can still have a good time, and I can still go to all these functions, and bada bing, bada boom. And so since then, which like this was last week, let me clarify, I've been like on like a little bit of a like high of like, oh my gosh, I'm so proud that I've made it this far in my sobriety journey, that I didn't drink at the conference, all that sort of stuff. So I wanted to share that with you guys because, one, I wanted to share that 6 months is a really, really long time to go. Like 6 months, and it feels like it's been so long that I've been on this journey. So I wanted to share this because if you are on this journey as well, it's hard. And I think the hardest part for me was that it wasn't really normalized. And so it wasn't really until I started going to AA that I was like, oh shit, there's other people that are struggling just like me. And so I really wanted to share this just to, one, normalize, like if you're struggling with quitting drinking or whatever that looks like, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. If you need to go to AA, honestly, it is probably going to be a much better experience than whatever it is you're imagining, and you should definitely give it a try. So I wanted to share really just that little journey with you guys. I hope you found it relatable, and if you guys are struggling with getting sober, quitting drinking, whatever that looks like, share whatever has helped you in the comments below. Some of the things that have helped me is I have these little sobriety cards that I do pretty much every day that is like a little like positive sobriety note. And then also I learned this thing in AA that is like every day when you wake up, just say, thank you God for keeping me sober today. And just like commit to like, it's like speak it as if it's already happened. And then it gets yourself in the mindset where it just reminds you like, oh yeah, I don't drink anymore. Because that was a big part for me, just because it had become such a routine and such a habit. I had to like remind myself like, we don't drink anymore. Like probably about 5 months in, I came home and I had a really stressful day at work. You understand, I opened the fridge to pour myself a glass of wine before I realized like, I don't drink anymore. I haven't drank for 5 months. I don't have wine. I couldn't even drink wine if I wanted to, thank God, right? But it has been a journey. It has been a lot of ups and downs, but here we are, 6 months alcohol free, and I'm actually feeling super, super good about it. So I wanted to share this because I know I've been super candid about just how hard it was to quit, what that's been like. And so I wanted to share with you guys where I'm at now and just remind you that if you are on this journey as well, keep going just one day at a time, and you got this, babes. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Like I said, if you have any tips and tricks for quitting drinking, whatever has helped you, or just anything you want to share, drop it in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and